Hmm? Yes! Yes!
Falstaff had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Hmm?
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them, too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed.
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. Ah!
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balseph hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balseph and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Dahnan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
I'll take that.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current Sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfrikt Milgras, the former Lord of Cyslodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfrikt whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming Sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over Holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the Sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, Sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, Neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
This place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shionne. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Whoa, that came out perfect.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight. Ho!
I am Lord Dohalim of Elda Menancia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not. If they want to fight, they got one.
Struggle.
It's almost too strong.
It'll split it open! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Radiant
Fury! Sonic Struck!
Eagle assault! Like that frickin' does it! Watch it! Watch it! Watch it!
Double Demon Blade!
this one. More without the healing wall.
That's enough!
Holy glitter! Holy
Now I'm in the groove! I can carve through armor!
My shield!
Never mind! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Here's a healing art.
Launch Hollow Dance!
Rising Falcon!
Eagle assault!
Raging storm.
Hollow Dance!
Take that.
Door sprint!
Ice Glacial Spear.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Super swallow dance! Fire support!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, you're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
No choice. Eat dirt!
Finish without a trace!
These ones can run rings around us.
I'm on a roll, man! It's showtime! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's the roll!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I can carve through armor! We're just getting started!
I'll heal you all!
That's enough! Dark Wind! Swallow Blade!
Watch this!
Dark Wind! The flame inside is yours! Take this! Let free!
Do it!
Doubling! In an instant! Super Swallow Dash!
This one's mine!
These fists have got your name on them!
Demon Fang!
Do it!
Super Swallow Dash!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Step back! This one's all law!
No choice!
Super
Swallow Dash! Devastation!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Sword Ring Alpha! Super Swallow Dash!
I'm on a roll! Take this!
Swallow Blade! I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
I'll heal you all!
Demon Fang! You know what to do without this pain! You're done! Sonic Thrust! Burn! Sword Ring Alpha! Rising Wyvern!
Feel! By the power of I'll be saving this way! Let me help!
Eagle Fang!
Here goes!
Soaring Light Spear! You're on! Vacuum Blade! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Here,
Here I come! Super Swallow Dash! Eat dirt!
Raging Storm!
Dark Wind!
Here goes! Here, take that!
Vacuum Blade!
Photon Flash! Lightning
Demon
Ray!
Fang! Super Swallow Demon Fang!
A chain between heaven and earth! Mega Ray!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Gemini Aqua!
Take this! Swallow Dash! I'm not done! Dark Wind!
Will this help?
Double Demon!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll heal you all!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Heart Malevolent!
Super Swallow Dash!
Into the
Now you
shadows!
see what I can do!
Need to pull myself together.
Super Swallow Dash!
A chain between heaven and earth.
Pierce through!
A wind against the
That's
lightning.
enough!
Rending Fly!
Eagle assault!
Here, let me help. First
Orochi
aid!
Fury! Double Demon Fang!
Finish it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That was a little close for comfort.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Bring him down!
Break it down!
Between heaven and earth.
Infernal Torrent!
See, no shield can stand up to these fists.
Fire!
I'm just getting started. That's all. I'll crush
Leave the
you!
ensnaring to me.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Oh, violent darting wind.
Ready and ready! We're not ready!
Annihilation!
Demon Shot getting started! Super Eternal Devastation! Destruction!
Raging cascade!
Do it!
Super Swallow! Take! Blow them away!
I'll heal you well!
Through! I'll finish you here and now!
Healing circle!
Rising Viper!
Celestial hammer!
Let's do it! Thanks! Be still! Get out of sync!
I'm on a roll now! Eagle Assault!
There's always room for improvement.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Now you'll damn it!
Super Swallow Dance! Eagle Assault!
I'll finish you here and now! I won't show you any mercy!
You got spirit!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Oh, violent darting wind.
Rising Viper!
Radiant Pierce!
See what happened there as you crossed me.
Finish them. Heaven and earth. Here's a
Super
healing
Demon
arc.
Fang!
A wailing
Now
blade.
whenever! Eternal Devastation!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Death blossom!
Vacuum Blade!
Dark wind!
Double Demon Fang!
Searing
Destruction!
wind. By the power of
This
Vanish
one's
without a
mine!
trace.
Super Swallow!
I'm on a roll now!
Between heaven. Here goes! Explosion!
Onward and upward.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over...
An opponent like this should be easy.
Super Swallow Dance!
Here.
First aid!
Field. I'll be there.
It's time to cross blades!
Death Demon Fang! Get it started!
Radiant
Dark
Pierce.
wind!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing arc.
Hurricane!
I owe you one.
I'm on it!
Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal
Take
you all.
this!
Lightning
Hurricane
condense.
Frost!
Healing circle.
The flame
Illuminate the
inside
dark.
is yours to
Come
be
on,
my
Lily.
finish you here and now.
A chain between heaven and earth.
Double Demon Fang!
massive
Sword
evil
Ring
soul!
Blew away!
Watch it!
Double Demon Fang!
Hydration Orb! Light action!
I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Super Swallow Dance!
Swallow
Now!
Come forth, the healing society! First aid!
No more playing nice!
Dark Flame! Sonic Crush! Sword Rain Alpha!
Super Swallow Dance! I'm just getting started!
It's too much!
Go get him!
Double
Here's
Demon
another
Fang!
Razor Cyclone!
Watch this!
Demon Fang!
Light action!
Double Demon Fang!
My feelings!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's
Demon
for!
Fang!
Get behind me!
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Glacial Sphere!
Here's the evil!
Dragon
Swallow Dance! Now I'm in the groove!
Demon Fang!
Now I'm real mad!
Here's a hero! A chain between heaven and earth!
Swallow Dance!
A wailing beauty!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Will this help? Watch this!
This one's mine!
Super Swallow Dance!
To the fray!
Eagle Assault!
Annihilation!
Finish it!
Jolene! Hey! Blow them away! Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Go no further!
Super Demon Fang!
Healing circle!
Can't get out of this! I'm just getting
Need to
started!
pull myself together.
You're mine!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
I'm just getting started!
Double Demon Fang!
Air thrust! Too much to handle?
Demon Fang!
A whirling struggle! Here, let me help.
Demon Fang! This one's all mine! We did it! Demon Fang!
Gale force! Healing
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Radiant blah,
Finish it!
This works!
Cross him! Dark Wind! Shuffling coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Illuminate the
Zero!
dark!
On a roll now!
Double Demon Fang!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Finish it! In an instant! Impact Block!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
You're mine!
Chain between heaven and earth!
I'll take you here
A
and now!
wailing beauty of
Rising
lightning!
Wyvern!
Lightning!
Force Blast!
In here!
Hurricane Blow!
Swallow Dance! I'm just getting started!
You're
See what
mine!
happened there as you crossed me?
Should have done that! Double Demon Fang! Destruction!
Annihilation! By the power!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Illuminate the dark!
Now you see what I can do!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Little help!
Now we're not...
Here's the evil! Sprite! Freeze laser!
the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Need to pull myself together.
Rising Wyvern!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Do it!
Be still!
Shooting star! You must handle
Demon Fang!
Radiant
Iron
Sun!
Fang!
Now I'm real mad!
Sweet dreams!
Castle! Rising Target!
Sealed!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
All disasters made one!
You're mine!
Purity! Sealed! All disasters made one! Come forth, helix of purity! Helix circle! I can do this all day!
Finish it!
Lost!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Looks like we won.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Sleep now!
No further!
Punch that gun out of your hand!
Rising Wyvern!
Dragon Shell!
Laser Spear! I can do this all day!
Rising Wyvern!
Wave Lancer!
Force Flash!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I
Rising
call upon thee!
Eagle is on a roll now!
Sleep now!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call
Prepare to be sealed!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Talon Hurricane!
Shooting star! Now we'll expect burning strike! Sweet
Time
dreams!
to let it rip!
I'm on it!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all!
Dragon Shell!
Sealed!
Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! This is the power of the blazing sword!
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony.
We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imeris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imeris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dahna's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dahna from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control Zeugles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a Master Sword?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zeugles, then we get some answers.
Hit a word!
All disasters made one! Come forth, the heroes of All disasters made one! Come forth, the heroes of purity! Maelstrom! Too much to handle?
Can't move!
Don't give up! Annihilation! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! Burst forth! Abyss! Dark steel!
Not done yet!
Searing flame! Reload! Damn it! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Annihilation! In here! I'll be saving this one! Spread!
Stay away from my...
Shooting star! I can do this all day! Resuscitation! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Here's a healing art! Birthday! Sleep now!
Can't end here!
Shooting star!
In a bind?
Far beyond the darkest sky!
You'll pay for that! Blow away!
Resuscitation! I'll heal you all!
Not done yet!
Healing circle! It's weakened! They far beyond the
This
darkest
ends
sky!
now!
I call upon thee! Without a trace!
Watch this!
Shooting star!
One keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Finish without a trace! Shooting star! Too much to handle!
Win!
That frickin' does it! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Finish it!
Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing
You're
art!
mine!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
I'll finish you here and now!
First aid!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art! First aid! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! I'm not my finest. Sorry. Lunar corruption! Just as after ordered!
Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back. Don't leave me. Far beyond the darkest sky.
I don't even know the
call
word
upon
defeat.
thee. I'll heal you all. Big blast. Healing circle. Far beyond the darkest skies. I call upon thee. It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire! I'll bring you back from this abyss. This all day. Better! Take this! A new leader far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Here's a healing art! First aid! Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Here's a healing art! Shooting star! I can do this all day! Searing flame! Eat dirt!
Not today!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
I'm just getting started!
Shooting star! Burning strike!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! What is this? Hey, you okay? I can still do this!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation storm! Now for something fair!
Not done yet!
Mega ray! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Annihilation!
Almost there! Or close enough. Take it away, Laura. I thought you'd never ask.
Maelstrom! Lunar corruption!
Try this!
Annihilation! Searing flame! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Mega ray! I'm sorry.
Oh, you were a mistake for that!
Can't be happening.
Oh, no.
Better.
Shot by shot! Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
Destruction!
Far enough!
Eternal devastation!
All disasters made one. Come forth, the helix of purity. Ready. All disasters made one. Far beyond the darkest sky. I call upon thee.
While it's reeling!
Take it down. Anything in armor is all mine. Shooting star. Far beyond the darkest sky. Do it.
Shield!
This one's got your name on it.
Ash to ash!
Now it's just her!
Faria! Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almeidria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shionne's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want Oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shionne's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shionne's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time first. I want to make sure I go into whatever comes next completely prepared.
Hi, Hoodle!
Now you'll learn!
All disasters made one! Come on! Helix of Purity!
Bring him down! Now I'm real mad!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Sleep now!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I need to be stronger. I won't forgive you!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Here's evil!
Flaming thrust! My dragon shell!
Sleep now!
I'm on it!
More for the stockpile!
Double demon fang!
Master! I can do all that!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Inspiration!
Healing circle!
I can do this all day!
All disasters made one! Come forth! The Helix of Purity!
Double demon fang!
Watch and
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
you're blind!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
All disasters made one!
Soaring light spear!
Now I'm in the groove!
Ferocious fury!
Master! You're far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Rising water!
Shooting
You're
star!
out! Dragon will finish this! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Easy peasy. I knew I could handle it.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Look out!
What the hell is that? Hey! You want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry. I'll have this wrapped up in a flash. I'll finish you here and now!
Rising Wyvern!
Take
For the
this!
weak spot!
All disasters may win.
Dragon Swarm!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Talon Hurricane! Dragon Swarm!
Far beyond the darkest sky, I call upon thee!
Here's evil.
Shooting star!
Annihilation!
Far beyond the darkest sky,
You should have messed with me!
without a trace!
Inspiration!
I could do this all day!
Destruction! Storm!
Here's a healing shooting star!
You require a
Eat
hand.
dirt!
I'm just getting flames! Reload! Eagle
Another flame! Devastation!
Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest back into the all disasters made one! Come forth and heal us of purity! Power of flames! Finish without a trace!
Dragon Shout! You're mine! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Slot! Inferno
Here's a
Blade!
healing art!
Inferno Blade! Finish it!
Doubling!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Slot!
Hear my
Hey,
prayer!
what did I tell you? Don't get in our way!
Destruction!
Burning strike! Here's evil! Maelstrom!
What the? Flames?
Watch out! It's changing its attack!
Destruction!
I really owe you one.
Maelstrom! All
Nothing gets by me.
Burning strike!
Glacial Spear! All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us of purity!
Stay away from my friend!
Maelstrom! All disasters bring you back from death's abyss!
Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight!
All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us of purity!
Double Demon Fang!
All disasters
Now you
made
see what I
one!
can do!
Come forth and heal us of
In a
purity!
vine?
Knowledge Storm!
Not my friend!
You're
I don't even
back!
know the
Made
word
one.
defeat.
Come forth and heal us of purity! Radiant blood! Here!
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'm nearly done
Bring you
for.
back from
Maelstrom!
Double Demon Fang!
resuscitation! By the power of flame!
Eat dirt!
Finish without a trace!
All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us!
Far enough!
Maelstrom! All disasters made
I'll bring you back from death to
All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us!
throbs in pain.
Here's a healing arc!
Maelstrom! All disasters made...
Double Demon Fang!
Go get him! All disasters made... All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity!
I'm on it!
Maelstrom! All disasters made one!
Here's a healing arc!
First aid!
Demon Fang!
All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Seal!
Changing tactics!
There's no telling what it'll do! Stay focused!
Smash you!
Forward!
All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made
Ignite!
one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom!
Double
All
Demon Fang!
disasters made
Demon
one!
Fang!
Come forth, the helix
Demon
of
Fang!
purity!
I'm on it! Shockwave Blast! Demon Fang! Double
Here's a
Demon
healing
Fang!
arc!
First aid!
By the power of water!
Take this!
All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! Close one!
Splendid Blast!
Ready to go!
All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! I can do this all day!
Burn in hell!
Here goes! One more! Here's another! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity!
Don't give up!
Maelstrom!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity!
I'm out of
In here!
Shockwave Blast!
More
Demon Fang!
Destruction! All disasters made one!
Dragon
Come
Form!
forth, the
Far enough!
Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! Take care of...
Slash! Demon Fang!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
You picked the wrong fight!
I've let you all down.
Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! Stunner!
Here's evil!
Is this it?
Just what the doctor ordered!
Ready to go!
Maelstrom! Now for the smash! Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
All disasters made...
Shockwave!
Race! That'll make things easier. All disasters made one. Come forth! Hard to save water this time.
Can't it just make up its mind? Armor won't save you!
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee!
Soaring Light Spear! Mirage! Shockwave Blast!
Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest skies!
Explosive Ray!
A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven.
Denied!
Thanks. Just radiant spear.
I'm out of ammo!
I'll tear you apart!
Healing circle.
I really owe you one.
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Sleep now.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon
I've let you all
thee.
down.
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee.
Nothing gets by me!
Far beyond the darkest skies, I call upon thee.
Far enough!
Here, let me help. Shooting star.
Double Demon Fang! I'm on it! Demon Fang!
All disasters made one. Come forth, the helix of purity. Maelstrom.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Blood. chain between heaven. Annihilation! Into the shadows! More where that came from! The chain between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine savior!
Dark wind! Demon Fang!
I can handle it!
Hellish Storm! Dragon Swarm!
Radiant
Crush!
Spear!
Hellish Storm! Double Demon
Maelstrom!
Fang!
All disasters made one! Come forth! Helix of Purity! Mega Ray! Maelstrom!
Ignite!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Not my finest.
Here, let me
Demon
help!
Fang!
Shooting star!
I'll bring you back
Just
from
what the
death to
doctor
this.
ordered!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Resuscitation! Far beyond the darkest sky!
Let me help.
I call upon thee!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Shooting star! Far resuscitation! Gemini Aqua! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Vanish without a trace!
Armor won't save you!
Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest sky! All disasters made one! Come forth and heal us of purity! Maelstrom! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! First war! Cyclone! Far beyond the darkest skies!
It's time!
Shooting star!
Sonic Thrust! Double
Lunar
Demon Fang!
corruption! Far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon thee!
Vacuum Blade! Demon Fang!
Sleep now!
Demon Fang!
I'll bring you
Ready to go! Denied!
It's time! Take this!
Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon thee!
Double Demon
Far
Fang!
beyond the darkest skies! I call upon
Sonic
thee!
Thrust! Sword Rain Alpha!
Shooting star! Annihilation!
Eternal
Mega Ray! Annihilation!
Not today!
Far beyond the darkest sky! Kisara frozen!
Hammer!
Far beyond the darkest sky! Wait, where'd the water go?
It's all dried up!
It's so bright!
It's a pain is what it is!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Resuscitation! Hit! More where that came from! Lunar corruption!
Shockwave Strike! Demon Fang! Is this it?
All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix...
No further!
All disasters...
Not done yet!
All disasters made one! I won't give up! Come forth, the helix of purity! Ready to go! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come far enough! All Lunar corruption! Maelstrom! By the power of...
Falcon!
Better! Reload!
Double Demon Fang!
All disasters made one! Come
Take
forth, the
this!
helix of purity!
It's time!
Inferno Punch! Eternal Devastation! Not today!
All disasters made one! Come forth!
Already did you hear it?
Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity! Maelstrom!
We've got him on the run.
Don't get cocky!
Right.
All disasters
Still anyone's
made one.
fight.
Come forth, the helix of purity!
Far enough!
In here! I'll be saving this one! Maelstrom! Here goes!
Not my finest.
Where that came from? All disasters made one! Come forth and helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! All disasters made one! Come forth and helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth and helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Maelstrom! By the power of water! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity!
Easter! I'm letting you all down.
Maelstrom!
Leave the charge to me!
I'll bring you back from death to bit!
Pierce through! Demon Fang!
Maelstrom!
Eternal devastation! Not done yet!
All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! It's weakened!
This ends now!
Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Glacial Spear! Maelstrom! Free Blazer! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Healing Maelstrom! All disasters made one! Come forth a helix of purity! Maelstrom! Glacial Spear! All disasters made one! Magic is out! Maelstrom! I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! All disasters you get the gist! Death's Abyss!
I'm on it!
Maelstrom! I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! All blah blah blah! Resuscitation! You get the gist! Do it!
Shion!
This one's got your name on it!
Ash to action!
What was with that creature? It was some sort of a Zeugle that could control light. Rinwell, do you think that could have been...
The true form of the Phantom Flower? No, it couldn't be.
What makes you so sure?
Because...
What the...
Whoa!
What the hell is that? Is the enemy back for more?
Whatever it is, it's freaking huge!
You guys, calm down. It's okay. It's probably... No, it's definitely the Phantom Flower of Navira. I read about it in that book we found earlier. It was described as a mysterious light floating up in the sky. It's not dangerous at all. In fact, this is the place it was first discovered.
So that's how it got its name then. You sure it's not some enemy astral art being cast at us?
Positive. I think it's just a rare and unusual weather phenomenon more than anything else.
Cyslodia obviously used to be covered in darkness around the clock. But with that gone, I guess that's why we're able to see this again?
You could be right. It's so pretty though, isn't it?
Sure. But it's so big we could have seen it from town just fine, couldn't we?
Well, sure, but still.
Hey, who cares where we saw it? I'm just glad we got to see it at all. Besides, that Zeugle was what kept us from seeing it before, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's such a gorgeous night sky here. You should really bring Shion out to watch it.
Right. Right. I'll, do that.
It took a lot to get here, but I can't help but feel like a dream of mine came true. Thanks, Law.
I didn't do all that much, really.
Well, I still really appreciate it. It made me really, really happy.
Hey, you know
Oh, it looks like you can see it even better from over there. I'm gonna go check it out.
Huh? Hey, wait! Rinwell.
I sense a strange power from this.
With this, I can become even stronger.
You guys want to rest here? Hey, Shion. Got any requests for supper tonight?
Me? Not really. I'm fine with just about anything. Everything you cook is delicious.
Well, thank you. Seeing you devour my food makes all the work I put into it well worth it.
Do I look that eager to you?
Nothing wrong with that. We all have to eat to survive. It makes me happy to see people eat their fill on what I fix.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zeugles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What?
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so frickin' much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food.
Hand it over.
Stay away!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous it can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
This is perfect! I'll have everybody's mouths watering when they see this.
Mind if I join you, Law?
So, how's it been going?
How's what been going?
Come on, man. You know what I mean. How've things been with you and Shion?
I had a feeling it was about that. Well, what about things on your end?
No, we're not talking about me. I'd rather hear about you.
I don't really have anything to share on that front.
Don't be like that. You think I can't tell something's been going on?
Look, I'm not the type to go blabbing about that kind of stuff.
Give me a break. Don't keep secrets from me just because you're a little old.
I'm not that old.
I don't know, man. Lately it seems like you start wheezing as soon as we get into a fight.
That's some pretty big talk. You really want to try your luck with me? What were we talking about before?
It was... well, it doesn't really matter now.
What's wrong? Did I hit your head too hard?
No, man, you don't get it. You're really something, Alphen.
What do you mean?
Just you. How you always indulge me and help me work through my jumbled thoughts.
Do I?
Yeah, I always feel better after being with you. Even duking it out just now helped.
There you go again, making me out to be better than I really am.
I'm not making you out to be anything. You can't stop me from admiring you, Alphen.
You've got strange taste then.
I'm fine with that. I hope someday I can be there to lift you up, too.
I don't plan on getting quite that old anytime soon.
We should go again sometime.
We should. I look forward to it.
Don't you think we're both getting pretty strong now? Time to make you all proud out there, just like I always do.
We've reached our destination.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Whew. Looks like trouble with capital T!
Together, we've got this! Pick it! Sword Rain Alpha!
Eagle attack! Super healing! Here I go!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Will this help?
An astral arch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Just what I needed.
Super Swallow Dance!
Dance to the wind, not in your dreams.
Watch it!
Will this help? Hit.
Blazing Blade!
Turn to the left. Arctic
Just getting
Waterfall.
started!
Dance to the wind.
Blazing Blade!
Radiant Pierce.
Try this on for size!
You get
Watch
it.
this!
Meteor Storm.
Hurricane Thrust.
Annihilation.
Inferno Punch! Hurricane Thrust!
Crumble. Guarding wind. Car without
Dual
wall.
Demon Fang!
Crossblade.
There's always room for improvement.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Rise up! Take this! Super Swallow Dance! Rising Water!
These things really get on my nerves.
I'm just getting started!
Healing circle.
Got fire! It's time! Ha! Watch me soar! Heavenly Crimson Blossom! The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that.
Take this!
Healing circle. All disasters made one. Radiant Pierce.
I can do this all day!
Nail
Super
Strike.
Swallow Dance! Inferno Punch! Eagle Assault! Wind! Crumble! Devastation! Rising Falcon! I'll finish you here and now! Demon Fang! Blazing Blade!
Do it!
Soaring Light Spear!
All yours, Kisara!
Death Blossom!
Electric Fury! More where that came from!
Double
I'll
Demon
finish you
Fang!
here and now!
Rising Flame!
Burning Strike!
Crumble!
Between heaven and earth.
In an instant! Impact Frost!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Hi, Hoodle! Water, hear my call! Sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Glacial field, here's evil!
I'm on It's driving me mad!
In here! I'll be saving this one!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still? Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Meteor storm! Too much to handle?
Take this! Severing wind! Devastation!
Sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Will this help?
Be still!
Eat this!
Rising Falcon!
Healing circle!
I
Here
really am the
goes!
one.
Burning
Rising
strike!
Falcon!
Water, here one!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! Now I'm in the groove!
These bad guys really don't mess around.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
No holding back!
This'll be a piece of cake!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Eat this!
Freeze Lancer! Insects should stay on the ground! Oh, sparkling stars of light!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Meteor Storm! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
Now I'm in the groove!
Meteor Storm! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
Do it!
Meteor Storm!
Take this!
Annihilation! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. This cavern is surprisingly big. Not to mention nice and cool, too.
The way the light from the glowing stones reflects in the water, it almost feels like a dream.
What, this damp and slimy place? Are we looking at the same thing?
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth...
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
I really owe you one.
There! Death Blossom! Orochi Spear!
Blazing Flame!
Can't end here!
I could do this all day!
Tectonic Power!
Not on my watch!
Super Swallow Dance! Eagle Assault!
Now I'm in the groove!
Super Swallow Dance! Try this!
Off my focus!
Here's through! Super Swallow Dance!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Where are you going? Holy Hand!
Eat dirt!
A chain between heaven and earth! Here's a healing arm!
Shouldn't have
A
messed
wailing
with me.
banshee of lightning!
I'm off
Here
my
goes!
focus.
Swallow Blade!
It's time! I could do this all day!
By the power
Here's
of
through! Super Swallow Dance! Eagle Assault!
Not my finest!
Stay away from... my friend!
Wonderful! Freeze Lancer! All disasters made one! Come forth! Not on my watch! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Help this!
Double Demon Fang!
Meteor Storm! I can do this all
Turtle
day!
Devastation! Double Demon Fang!
Burning Strike!
What's this?
Here's evil! Meteor Storm! Oh, sparkling stars of light!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Dark Wind!
All disasters made one! Come forth and helix of purity! Flame of soar beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Burning Strike!
I'm on it! I'm just
Soar
getting started!
beyond the... I call upon thee!
I need to be stronger.
I'll take that!
I have a bad feeling about this.
This one's mine!
That frickin' does it! Super Swallow Dance! Armor won't sink! Watch this!
Take it!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
I owe you one. You're on!
I'm just getting started!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Try this!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Here, let me help!
Swallow Blade!
Super Swallow Dance! I'm just getting started!
Hear my call!
Crumble!
It's too much!
Swallow Dance!
Blazing flame! This should do it! Blazing coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
All good things come to an end. The
Super Swallow!
Not today!
Water, hear my call! Not on my watch!
I'm just getting started!
Will this help?
Sonic Thrust!
Blazing
Flame! Alpha!
Anything in armor is all mine!
It's time to
No,
I won't give in! Demon Pact!
Freeze Lancer!
Super Swallow Dance! Slash!
I'll heal you!
Swallow Blade!
Now
in the groove! Rising Wyvern! Rising
Dance
Flash!
in the wind!
This
Air
one's all mine!
Swallow Dance between heaven and earth!
Eagle Assault!
A wailing bounty of lightning!
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Nibiru!
Do it!
Eagle Assault! Here I come!
A wailing bounty of lightning!
Everyone hanging in there?
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
What's with that shining foe over there?
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Yourself. This one's tough!
This one's mine! Not on my watch! Sparkling star! I'll heal you all! Rain down and... Sparkling stars! I can't heal you forever!
Rising Wyvern!
Meteor storm! Oh, here's a healing stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
Sonic Thrust! I'm on it!
Meteor storm! All disasters made one! Blah, blah, blah! Maelstrom! I can do this all day!
Blending Flood! Fang Blast!
Meteor storm!
Hold nothing back! This should do it!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Lunar corruption!
Now I'm in trouble! Rising Wyvern!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Pierce through!
I'll heal you all! Shooting star! Healing all disasters made one! Come forth and helix of purity!
Swallow Dance! Rising Wyvern!
Explosion! Just what the doctor ordered!
These fists has got your name on it!
Come forth and
You'll pay for that! Severing Wind!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Maelstrom! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Light healing circle! Meteor storm! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Here goes! I won't hear Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
I'll heal you all! Here's another! Healing circle! More where that came from! That's fine. Death Blossom! Do it! Will this help?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify!
Burn in hell!
Reload! Take it! Eat this! Top speed!
Sonic Thrust!
Meteor storm! Oh, sparkling! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Let's dispose of the trash.
Oh, sparkling stars of light!
Rain down! Glacial Spear! Glacial Spear! Piercing! This one's mine!
Glimmer Dragon! Take this! Demon Fang!
Magna Ray!
Destruction!
Meteor!
Flying free! What did they just sit still?
Rain
Shia,
down!
can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Ready!
Inferno Torrent!
Meteor Storm!
Super Swallow Dance! Flaming Thrust!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify
Orochi
all!
Fury! Pierce through!
Explosion! Meteor Storm!
Nicely done.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret
Stars
this.
of light! Rain down and purify all!
I'm not done! Blazing Flame!
Meteor Storm! Sparkling stars of light! Rain down!
We've got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Rain down and purify
Oh,
all!
no.
Ready! Okay!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Oh, sparkling stars of light!
Megasonic Thrust!
Rain down
Double
and
dance!
purify
Try
all!
this!
That's awesome!
Annihilation!
These fists have got your name on them!
Meteor Storm!
Listen to
Oh,
it.
sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Gemini, do it!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
By the power of flame! All disasters made one! Come forth the helix of purity! Maelstrom!
Rising Falcon!
Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Storm!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'm pretty worn out.
Wanna rest up for a bit?
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist!
This should do it! Demon Fang! And more of this and I'll turn out!
Glacial
Now,
Spear!
Meteor!
Ice Prison! Freeze Lancer!
Ignite!
Will this help? Law, you alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Coming through! Ha! Mount! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healer! Stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Searing flame! Reload! Meteor Storm! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
You shouldn't have messed with me! Here we go again!
Meteor Storm! Burning Strike! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and...
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on a roll, man!
Here's a healing sparkling stars of light! Not on my watch!
Dazzle! Swallow
Need to
Dance!
pull myself together.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Whew.
You guys want to rest here?
Doing some thinking?
Nah. It just occurred to me that our journey's been going for a while now.
Is it a wonder to you our group has held together this long?
Maybe. We've got Danans, Renans, a lord, a mage, and even a guy from another time. Yet here we all are, leaning on each other as travel companions. It's like a minor miracle.
If anything, I'd say it's proof. Proof that as long as we accept each other for who we are, we can all get along.
And with understanding comes togetherness. Yeah, we are more than enough evidence of that.
I've always had a thorny relationship with others. Quite literally, as it happens. I figured that it was easier to give up on intimacy, rather than having to go through all of the pain of rejection. I mean, is it any wonder I grew thorns around my heart, too?
But now...
Right. Now... I still have my thorns, of course. But they don't cover my heart. I know now that there is more than one way for people to relate to one another. It was you and everyone else here that taught me that. Everyone that you brought together, Alphen.
It wasn't just me. I mean, sure, I invited a few folks to join us, but... swordsmanship's about all I have to offer. Everyone's taught and supported me just as much as I have them.
You see? That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fine just as you are. The bonds that you form with others, they shine more brightly because they're mutual. It's not just one bond for you. It's many, each with a heart of its own. That's what makes them special.
That was nothing.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? What's wrong? You're looking pretty down. Something on your mind?
Yeah, you could say that. It's just, well, there's something that's been eating away at me for a long, long time. Do you mind if I share it with you?
Of course not. I'm glad to listen.
See, my mom and dad used to tell me I shouldn't go around casting magic. But there was one time I did, behind their backs. And when I did, Almeidrea showed up.
Huh?
I hated Almeidrea for destroying everything I loved. But what I hated most was myself. For breaking my promise to my parents. Even though I swore I'd get revenge, there was always this nagging part of me that wondered if I even had any right to do so.
Rinwell, it was Almeidrea who killed your family. Don't torment yourself over one mistake.
How can you say that when my mother and father died because of me?
This may not comfort you much, but I'll say it anyway. I have a feeling your parents always knew something like that might happen.
What do you mean?
There was always a chance that someday, someone was going to find you and your family. But even knowing the risks, they still taught you magic. And there are two reasons I can think of for that. First, your talent. Second, they were hedging their bets.
Huh? On what?
On you, Rinwell. On how you turn out when you grew up. Sure, learning magic may invite danger, but it would have been even more dangerous to live in hiding without being able to defend yourself. They knew what they were getting themselves into when they taught you magic. And I think they did it because of how much they loved you.
Because my mother and father loved me.
Sorry, I know I shouldn't be putting words into your parents' mouths.
No, it's okay. I used to think I would have been better off if I never knew how to use magic. And if I'm really honest with myself, sometimes I still think that. But after traveling around with all of you guys, I've learned that there are things I can do with magic. That there's a point to it after all. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm gonna try and accept it as part of who I am. I want to use it to protect my friends. To protect the future of Dana. Do you think that's selfish of me?
Not at all. I wouldn't want it any other way with you, Rinwell.
Night, everyone! Another day, another Gald.